That's why I put this trike in a box. Hey, welcome to This Old Trike. If you've been watching for a while, you know my name's Preston, and I have perhaps an unhealthy relationship with acquiring three-wheelers. And today I've got something special I want to show you, but to have it make sense, not that it will, it might, but allow me to explain myself. Why I have on the back of my truck what I have on the back of my truck. So, a number of years ago, like 2003, I set a goal to get one of each model, year, and color Honda three-wheeler. And I didn't know at the time what that meant. I thought maybe a couple dozen, maybe 30 machines. I grew up on them, like most of you probably have. And if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for finding me. If you've been around for a while, thanks for being around for a while. Appreciate it. So probably much like you, I grew up riding these things, and it became a special memory. You know, as we all get older, we look back to our childhood, and it reminds us of being young. You know, all of us are getting older. We don't necessarily want to feel old, so let me show you what I'm looking at. So these machines make us feel young, right? This is my collection, some of them here. I'm gonna get the other lights on, but so I set this goal. I wanted to get one of each model, year, and color. Finances at the time did not allow for any of that to happen. I do have to make this light switch more accessible. And I know my A is down, okay? Bear with me, we're gonna fix that in another episode. Stay tuned for when we fix that. But so it wasn't until 2016, maybe 17, that I moved to the house I'm in now, the house I grew up in, and I needed to get a machine to help tend to the woods and pick things up. I had this 400EX, and I had that 250R at the front. But neither of those was going to pull a landscape trailer. That's me when I was 16. Living the dream back in the day. Everybody remembers back in the day, right? Anyway. Moved here, needed a machine to help tidy up the trail. So I bought an 87 TRX 250, basically the four-wheel equivalent of this 87 Big Red. And that helped me get the juices flowing, helped me remember how much I enjoyed this. It's an 88 Big Red from England. I don't know if you guys know about those. So I imported this one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me turn this around. So long story short, because I can get long-winded, I had a reawakening. And it started with that TRX 250. Got my 400EX going. I was like, man, I forgot how much I love these things. I forgot how awesome it felt, you know, with the wind in your hair and, you know, pulling wheelies, and all the feelings started coming back. And I was like, I need to get a 350X again, like the one I had. And if you've watched my How to Hoard Hondas video, I kind of talk about this story, and you can see the progression of me starting to acquire some machines and remembering the goal. One of each Honda three-wheeler every year, every make, every model, every color. Not every make, because that'd be beyond Hondas, but every model, every color. So I put a list together. And then when you're doing that and you're learning about all these things, you learn about the 88 Big Red that never got sold in the US. So I added that to the list, and I never thought I'd get that. You know, they didn't sell those anywhere near the United States. So the chances of me getting an 88 Big Red, on a budget. I'm doing all this on a budget. So, I found one. A great guy, Matt Jones from England, had one for sale, and through buying that and working with Matt, we became great friends. Allow me to back up a little bit. Somewhere along the way, a buddy of mine named Ben Rafter from Canada tells me about an 85 Big Red, not a 250, a 200cc hardtail, high-low reverse Big Red. What? But all it took was a couple Googling searches to realize, no kidding, they made one. Let me turn this around. Everything's put away for the winter, so bear with me. But yeah, 1985. I was like, was it a 200M? That's an 84. There's an 85 over there. Do you mean a 200M, Ben? No. And again, then I Googled it and I realized, no kidding, there is a 1985 200 ES Big Red. And if you're doing this, right, if you're going to the extent to get one of each model, year, and color, you know, all the Christmas specials, all the blue 110s, all the colors of the US 90s, and you've gone that far, how can you stop short of trying to find a 1985 Big Red? So you know what I did? I looked in Canada, because I'm not a geography expert by any stretch, but I know Canada's a lot closer than Europe or Australia, where they sold 1985 200 ESs. But my buddy Matt, the guy I got the 88 from, found one. And we talked a lot. We went back and forth. I paid a lot to have that 88 shipped, and that was my biggest bone of contention. The price was fair enough for me on this. This was $3,100 US to buy the machine. The question becomes, how do you get it home and not spend more than that? We figured it out. A guy that I got to know named Nick Duvall in the Netherlands. He is a great collector. I sent him he bought a motor from me, a 250 ES Big Red motor. And in talking to him throughout that process, he told me how he would partially disassemble machines and sell and ship them to people in the US. And we explored the possibilities of him doing that for me with this machine, but to get it out of England, to get it to the Netherlands, made it cost prohibitive. So good buddy Matt, with the help of his A-team, his boys, Charlie and Alfie, great kids, and a great guy in Matt. Alfie, Charlie, your father's awesome. He went and picked this thing up for me, would not take a penny from me. It's 2 hours from his house to go get this thing. So him and I think Charlie went the one morning and picked it up, brought it home, and then we figured out a way to crate it up like my friend Nick had told me about, and it came over by air right to my work, cheaper than it was for the 88. So how about that? So before I open up this crate, let's just take a minute to see all those steps, because I am blessed enough to have video and pictures from that whole process. So we'll show you what it went through to get here, and then we'll open this thing up.
Sure. He knows you. Morning, Preston. Say good morning, Charlie.
Morning.
Right, we're off to see a guy called Richard. And
Yep.
we're going to pick up something for Preston. Aren't we? Yep.
Yep.
It's about a 2.5 hour drive. At the moment, it's very dark outside, wet, windy. It's the 20th of February and it's now 7 o'clock. So we'll make a way down the motorway, freeway if you call them, or highway in America. But in the UK, it's the motorway. Nothing special. Right, we shall go. I'll do some more videos and some more documentary on what we're doing, won't we, Charlie?
Yep.
And just watch this space, see what we're going to get, eh? Speak to you soon, Preston. Cheers now. Bye-bye. Right, just a bit of an update what's happening. Preston got in touch with us, didn't he?
Yep.
Charlie?
Around Christmas.
Because we're in the UK, there's different models of bikes over in the UK. Keep my eye on them for different things, so we have done, and we're on a journey now to have a look at something which what do you think Preston will like? So we are just stopped at the services for a quick drink, refreshments.
And detour.
Detour, yeah, breakfast. Yes, I know, McDonald's. But I hope what we're going to look at is, I don't know, is it like the jewel in the Nile?
Yeah.
I mean, is it, I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, fingers crossed, it's going to be something special. We hope, and we'll just keep you updated. Be in touch with you soon, Preston. Keep you updated, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers now, pal. Here you go, Preston. Got in your eyes. Good.
Yeah, you've got the end of it.
Like that, John. Like that.
Right.
Good. Right, does it work? Just find those five bells.
Say hi, John. Hi, Preston.
Hi, Preston.
We're on it, Preston. We're on it. It's happening, fella. Just turn in the bike, Mr. Collinson.
Yep.
That's an 85.
Mate, come on.
Nice, Nick.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So we now find ourselves here, backed into the shop. I was gonna attempt, if you caught a glimpse of the ramp in the early shot, I was gonna pull this thing out and down the ramp, but that proved to be a horrible idea. Partly because like there's nothing that connects these side pieces to the actual pallet other than the plastic, and you'll see each ring just kind of nests on top of the lower one. So it's a little rickety. I don't doubt that it is just as it left Matt's place inside, but I didn't want to put it on a slant and try to hope for the best. So I'm going to cut that plastic and start pulling things off, and let's see what we find. Smells like fish and chips. Cut through that. Oh. It's a trike in a box. Trike in a box, girl. You guys know that song, Trike in a Box? I think you guys gotta see this. Oh, we're strapped down. That's not going anywhere. All right. Let me show you what we're looking at. That's why I put this trike in a box. Trike in a box, girl. Got the reflector tab. No, this is the reflector tab. Oh, yeah. Girl, I'm wise enough to know when a trike needs boxing. That's why I put this trike in a box. Like we're peeling back the onion. Well, this crate's pretty cool. I didn't know how that worked. Oh. Unfortunately, this one is missing. That would say ATC. it wore off a little bit. Well, the good news is I can have that made, but thankfully we've got some pictures of that before the wear, so we know the deal. I see a 6 right there, but I can't tell what the year was. Very, very cool. There's the VIN. So these are riveted on. Let's keep going. Headlight. Tank. Did a great job packing this. Matt and John. There it is. And I would venture to guess that is the same exact decal as what's on the 250 ES, because that angle matches the angle of the tank, and this is kind of cocked to fit. You know, if they flattened it out, this would not look right, so they just made it work. Oh, it's beautiful inside. I don't know if you can tell, but that is nice. Front axle, the hitch. Front end, do we have suspension? Yep. Not froze up. The rear rack is missing the middle piece that goes over the trunk. So I will be looking for one of those. If you have one that's in nice shape, I would be very interested. Front rack. And there you have it. 1985 ATC 200 ES Big Red. Need to take the diff and the axle out. She is not perfect, but she is, you know? U-joint fell out. Not perfect, but totally perfect. So what's the plan? You know, now that I'm looking at things, a no-brainer would be to pull the exhaust, paint that, and clean it up. Case covers are wore. Definitely need a new sticker. That's got to be highlighted. Do I just put it back together with a heavy detail on it so it's clean and do some light cleanup where I need to? Or do I go all the way? F for 85. I don't know. The tank is really nice on the inside. It's got wear and tear on the outside. It's not perfect. Do I keep that tank as it is and find another one to restore and make perfect? One of the fenders has a crack. I think it's this one. Not sure what happened. But it's like right in on the flat part right there. But I happen to have some new old stock over there. So I could fix that easy enough. Or do I just leave it as it is, as a survivor? That's obviously the easiest route. Sometimes easy isn't the funnest route, right? Well, let's talk. So that's what's in the box. That is what I've been hitting at and teasing at. I don't know if that's a big letdown or if you're into that. But I'll say this, and it's unfortunate. When I bought that, I was so excited because that was the last one I needed. That was the icing on top, you know, the jewel that completed the collection. And then I realized, because it got posted on my buddy Kyle's Instagram group, Old School Hondas, go check that out if you haven't. Somebody shared a picture that he then posted of a 1984 200E. What? I saw it, and the tank decal caught my eye, and I was like, I think that tank decal's off. And I zoomed in, I saw 200E on the side, you know, behind where your calf would be. I was looking at the right-hand side. And I got nervous. And then I went on to the CMSNL website, which is out of the Netherlands, and they have all the part schematics for the 85 200 ES, all the US models, the 88 Big Red. If you go to something like Partzilla, you won't see those ones that weren't sold in the US. So I went to that website and I looked up 1984 200E, and I thought, you have got to be kidding me. No, they exist. This particular one was in Finland, and I talked to the guy. We're just talking. I don't think his is for sale. It was really nice. But if you know of a 1984 200E, I'd be interested in talking about it. I don't know. But that being said, I'm not done. That being said, I don't have one of each. I thought I was one away when I was actually two away. And when I thought I was done, I was actually one away, and that's where I'm at. So I thank you for watching. You know, there's going to be a part 2 to this where we pull that off the truck and start doing something with it. Might be a restoration. Leave a comment and let me know what you think should happen with it. I value all your opinions. And we'll go from there. But that's it for me today. For me and my 85 200 ES. Have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.